All right, everybody, it's Jimmy and Tory again of Progressive Performance, and this month for our exercise of the month, we're going over our horizontal push series, or kind of our push-up to bench press series. Now, not everybody that first starts their fitness journey is going to be able to execute the bench press properly, and I think that it's very important for our adult athletes as well as our youth athletes that they can control their push-up position and control their back before we advance them to working with some heavy weights on the bench press or with dumbbell presses. So, if you're a power lifter, that may be a little bit of a different story, but mastering the push-up is a fundamental movement pattern for overall fitness, in my opinion. So, we're going to have Tory go ahead and demonstrate for us how to do our push-up. We're going to do a couple of modified versions today to show you some regressions so that we can make sure that we can honor our back position to make the push-up just a little bit easier with these variations. So first we're going to start with our incline push-up. So you can find any rack. We got a rig system in here, but you can find any squat rack or anything and set up a barbell, or you could use a bench or a box to do this. You're just going to get a nice angle, so you're going to step back from the bench or bar or wherever you're at and just do a push-up like you normally would. So you're going to bring your chest down to the bar. As you bring your chest down to the bar, you're going to squeeze your back together to make sure that you're in a good shoulder position, and then you're just going to push yourself back. Another thing that Tori's making sure of is that she keeps her lower back nice and flat, so we're not getting extra arching. So if she does this incorrectly, we're going to get a hinge point here. We're going to get too much arching in the lower back. That means she's losing her abdominal wall and not able to control that position. So if she tucks her hips underneath, squeezes her butt a little bit, that's going to make sure we have the good position here, okay? So she can do a couple reps just to show you guys. Cool, and relax. So that's one variation. We're going to cut away, and then I'll show you a different one that's kind of fun and interesting. So if you have all right, we're back, and we're going to kind of show you the setup real quick, and then Tori's going to do a little demo for you. So I'm going to pick up the camera. We're going to kind of show you how this is done. So we have our setup here with our band. We have some spotter bars on the rig. You can do this kind of anywhere that has spotter bars like this. This is a really great setup for us. We tie the band off to one end and then wrap it around the other end. So that is going to help us to give our athlete a little more spring on the heaviest part of their body, which is normally the hip. So we're going to align the hip with the band and do some push-ups this way. It's kind of like an assisted push-up, like you would see for an assisted pull-up where you put the band around your foot or something of that nature. So Tori's going to go ahead and demo for us, give us a couple of reps. We'll kind of position this camera a couple different spots for you guys. So she got the band around her hips. And you see that band is getting a little bit taut as she comes down because her body weight is pushing that band down. Good. And we'll kind of see from this side, and you can kind of see that band there is helping her up and helping her support those hips so that her body actually weighs less for her than it normally would in a push-up. All right, go ahead and stand up there. Sorry, you done enough push-ups for one day. So those are two variations on our first step in learning how to manage our spine when we're doing our push-ups. For those of you that have a hard time with push-ups, this is a great place to start. And if you work hard enough at it and continue to reduce your band tension, so get smaller and smaller bands, or with the bar on the rack, continue to drop that bar down lower and lower, eventually you'll be able to do a couple of sets of push-ups on your own without any problems. So that's it for today. We'll be talking to you next week with our next progression on our push-up to bench press series for the exercise of the month.